Your anxiety spikes at 2 p.m. every day. You blame stress, caffeine, or maybe you just need therapy. Wrong. Your blood sugar just crashed, and your body is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Dump adrenaline to save your brain from running out of fuel. You're not anxious. You're hypoglycemic. Here are 4 metabolic triggers your doctor never checks that are causing your anxiety. Fix these, and the panic attacks might just disappear. Trigger 1. Blood sugar crashes. When your blood glucose drops below about 70, your brain interprets it as a survival threat. Think of it like your phone hitting 1% battery. Your body panics and releases cortisol and adrenaline to mobilize stored glucose. That doesn't feel like low energy. It feels like a panic attack. Heart racing, thoughts spiraling, muscles tense. That's not irrational anxiety. That's your counter-regulatory response, working exactly as designed. What triggers this? Usually breakfast. You eat refined carbs, cereal, toast, pastries, without protein or fat. Blood sugar spikes. Insulin brings it back down, too far down. Then your body dumps adrenaline to correct it. This is why some people notice their anxiety gets worse mid-morning or mid-afternoon. It's not random. It's tied to meals. The fix: eat protein and fat with every meal. Don't eat carbs alone. A handful of berries before coffee blunts the spike. Protein-heavy breakfast stabilizes blood sugar for hours. No spike, no crash, no panic. Trigger 2. Chronic stress. Keeping cortisol. Elevated your stress response system, the HPA axis, is designed for short bursts. Threat appears, cortisol spikes, you handle it, system resets. Modern life? Work emails at 6 a.m., sleep deprivation, caffeine on an empty stomach. Your HPA axis never resets. Cortisol stays elevated, and chronic cortisol sensitizes your amygdala, your brain's threat detection center. Suddenly, everything seems threatening. Ambiguous social cues feel hostile. Traffic feels personal. That jittery feeling isn't irrational. Your brain is hyper-alert because your body thinks it's surviving an ongoing emergency. Meanwhile, your doctor wants to hand you an SSRI without measuring cortisol or asking if you slept last night. Thorough. The fix: get outside within 30 minutes of waking. 10 minutes of sunlight synchronizes your cortisol rhythm. No light? Blunted cortisol all day. Cold water on your face for 30 seconds activates your vagus nerve and shifts you out of fight or flight. Trigger 3. Gut inflammation. Shunting serotonin production. Your gut produces 90% of your body's serotonin. But gut serotonin doesn't cross into your brain. Brain serotonin comes from tryptophan. If your gut is inflamed, processed food, chronic stress, antibiotics, it releases inflammatory molecules that travel to your brain and activate microglia, your brain's immune cells. When microglia activate, they shunt tryptophan away from serotonin production toward quinolinic acid, a neurotoxin that amplifies anxiety. So that serotonin deficiency your psychiatrist is treating? Not really a deficiency. It's an inflammatory shift caused by gut dysfunction. SSRIs raise serotonin levels, that helps. But they don't fix why tryptophan is being diverted in the first place. The fix: reduce processed food and seed oils. Support gut barrier with bone broth, collagen, or L-glutamine. Polyphenols from green tea or berries calm microglial activation. Trigger 4. Caffeine. Amplifying the stress response. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors. You feel awake. It also stimulates your adrenal glands to release more cortisol and adrenaline. If your baseline cortisol is already elevated, caffeine pushes you over the edge. 2 coffees on an empty stomach? You've amplified hypoglycemia, triggered adrenaline surges, and convinced your brain you're under attack. Panic feels real, but it wasn't an anxiety attack. It was a cortisol-fueled glucose crash engineered by your breakfast choices. The fix: don't drink coffee on an empty stomach. Pair it with protein and fat. Delay caffeine 90 minutes after waking. Cut off by 2 p.m. to avoid nighttime cortisol elevation. What your doctor should have checked. A competent metabolic workup includes fasting glucose and insulin, morning cortisol, inflammatory markers like CRP, vitamin D, magnesium. Did your doctor do this? Probably not. Instead, SSRIs, maybe a benzo, maybe therapy. Meanwhile, your fasting glucose is 105 and fasting insulin is 15. Insulin resistance. Your blood sugar crashes multiple times a day. Your gut is inflamed. Your caffeine intake is excessive. You're not treatment resistant. You're treating the wrong system. SSRIs aren't useless. They help many people. They calm you down, improve sleep, reduce rumination. Real effects. Use them as a bridge, not a crutch. They can stabilize you enough to implement metabolic fixes. But long-term, proper blood sugar management, sleep, gut health, and stress calibration often reduce dependence. Combined approach works best. Medication plus targeted metabolic interventions creates synergy. Your anxiety isn't a serotonin deficiency. It's metabolic chaos. Blood sugar instability, chronic HPA activation, gut inflammation, caffeine excess. Fix the inputs. Stabilize glucose, reduce gut inflammation, control caffeine, manage cortisol, and anxiety often drops automatically. Do one thing this week. Add protein and fat to every meal. Track your anxiety levels. If they drop, you didn't have a psychiatric disorder. You had unstable blood sugar masquerading as one. Your body isn't broken. Read the signal, fix the cause. Subscribe to learn what else your body is telling you that your doctor never taught you.